Peace, Hotep, Amen, Ra, So Muy B, Ashe, Islam, Black Power, Power to the people. You are now rocking with QP the Preacher on Humanity Inc. videos. Welcome back to all my subscribers. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This video is about another video of an Iranian woman, well, supposedly Iranian woman, who basically went rival, who had a lot of views all over social media, basically saying that the Iranians detested General Soleimani and was happy that Trump and America killed him. But in this video, she never mentioned she was a registered lobbyist who previously worked for the militia group fighting in the bitter civil war in Libya. She didn't mention she may have had ties to the CIA. Here goes the video.
Hi friends. So a lot of you have been reaching out to me asking me my opinion about what's going on and, wanting to know my opinion. So here's my 2 cents. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sagar, also known as Erica for my American friends who can't say Sagar. I am Iranian American. I have spent the last 12 years of my life as a human rights activist working on Iran policy, watching the Middle East. Yeah, it's a super complex issue, and many of you probably before today had never ever heard of the name Mohandes or Soleimani, but I feel like we're living in the twilight zone, guys. I'm completely outraged at this notion that the propaganda machine that is the media is glorifying Qasem Soleimani. Do you people know that this man has not only the blood of Americans on his hands, but the blood of Iranians, Iraqis, Yemenis, Afghanis? I mean, since when did we start mourning the death of a terrorist? I mean, seriously, I've had friends on the left, both Iranian and American, attack me for echoing the rhetoric of my people. The people in Iran are happy. The people in Iran are happy that this man who was responsible for the slaughter of so many people is gone. Where was your outrage last month when the regime slaughtered 1,600 kids for peaceful protests? Where's your outrage for the thousands of political prisoners that are in Iran right now? Where was your outrage when the Hashtashabi took over the American embassy and vandalized it and killed an American contractor? I don't understand. So I'm sorry if I'm ranting, but who cares? My opinion doesn't really matter. But for the, in the interest of those that have reached out, here's the deal. I'm an Iran watcher. I'm an Iraq watcher. I'm a Syria watcher. I'm an Afghanistan watcher. And for the people on the ground, they don't hate America. They don't hate Donald Trump. In fact, there's a lot of trending hashtags right now from Iran on Twitter. Thank you, Trump. We thank you. Thank you for, Soleimani. Thank you. Go look for yourselves. And, honestly, guys, if you don't know anything about the Middle East, please keep your opinions to yourself. I beg you, because all you're doing is you're distorting the flow of information. You're drowning out the sound that's coming out from the ground. And people in Iran are happy. And they're giving out, in the Middle East, it's cultural practice to, when something wonderful happens, when there's a marriage or when there's a celebration, you give out cookies, you make cakes. And you should see the videos that are coming out. People are baking cakes. People are giving out cookies in public, in the streets, because they're happy. I don't know. Do we live in a closed society that we don't know that most people in the Middle East are not free? Specifically in Iran, it's an Islamic state. There's no freedom of religion. There's no freedom of speech. There's no freedom of peaceful, protest. And For anyone who disagrees with the regime, they're arrested, they're jailed, they're tortured. And yeah, there's a lot of video coming out right now about, the funeral of Qasem Soleimani. It's so much propaganda, you guys. The regime has been saying death to America for 40 years. They forced us in school to say death to America. I was 7 years old. I didn't know what I was saying. And the people that are like saying that right now, they're called the Basiji. They're like, they're getting paid. They're the ones that get paid to kill people on the street. So yeah, they're going to say death to America, but that's not the people. The majority of the people in the Middle East don't hate America. They don't hate Donald Trump. And I'm probably going to lose a lot of friends for saying this, but thank you, Mr. Trump, for making a very hard decision and for having the moral courage to do something that probably a lot of world leaders wouldn't have had. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I love you guys. If you want to have a conversation, let's engage. Let's not attack. It's not healthy. And hashtag everybody calm down. There's no World War III coming, okay? God is in control, not man.
Interesting take, right? Now, I'm not saying that the Iranian government is perfect. I'm not saying that the Iranian government is good to its people. But I am questioning the validity of this woman. Because it's ironic that after everything that happened, then she wouldn't want to speak out. She has ties to America. She has ties to Libya. Like, where are you from? Like, you just from everywhere, huh? Do you even hang out in Iran anymore? Like, I'm confused. But anyway, it has recently come to our attention that this woman had worked for a company called Linden Government Solutions in 2019. This company is a Texas-based lobbying firm hired to represent the Libyan National Army, which is a militia group in North Africa. And it is led by somebody named Khalifa Haftar, who is a former officer in Gaddafi's government. Now, if you don't know who Gaddafi is, you got to do some research on that, because Gaddafi was assassinated by NATO when Obama was in office. And he was the leader of the country of Libya. Now, this company had ties to the Libyan National Army, right? Which is led by Khalifa Haftar, who was the former officer in Gaddafi's government. And he spent the last 2 decades living in Virginia, in which this time he was working with the CIA. Sounds sketchy, doesn't it? Sounds sketchy to me, man. Sounds sketchy to me. That's the same CIA who fought a war, an international war against our black leaders. Pay attention, man. On her LinkedIn profile, she doesn't mention that she had actually worked with the Linden Company. Suspect. And BuzzFeed News said that they asked her about her work in DC, and she said it was strictly logistical. This lady, Kajra Erica, I think, she stated it was a short project as a consultant. I worked directly for Linden and helped with logistics for meetings in Washington. I just facilitated and coordinated meetings for Linden. However, public documents filed through the Foreign Agent Registration Act show she worked as a part-time lobbyist last year. Her lobbying activity was previously reported on by Our Monitor. According to her registration, Erica's job entailed planning, coordinating meetings with the government, business representatives, and think tanks and other government relations services in support of the client's diplomatic goals on behalf of the Libyan National Army. Now, Linden Government Solutions, they said, I don't know what you're talking about, and I prefer not to continue. Yo, it's crazy,
Sorry,
yo.
I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
I gotta turn off my phone because I didn't say Siri. Siri just came on while I'm doing this video. It's some freaky ass shit, man. That's some freaky ass shit, yo. We gotta be careful, yo. Anyway, Erica denied her work for Linden had anything to do with the Iran video. She said she decided to record the video because her American friends were asking for her opinion about the aftermath of Soleimani's killing. And she thought she had to tell them. She started the hashtag Iranians detest Soleimani. She said her video had been so successful because people agreed with what she had to say. Because of her video, she appeared on TV with the Christian Broadcasting Network, the Ingraham Angle, and Fox News. They described her as an advisor to a dissident group with a headquarters in Washington, D.C. The group was called the National Iranian Congress. Erica is now the vice president of human rights policy for the Middle East at a Vector Marks Group, which is another Christian organization that provides humanitarian aid. I think she's a spy. But tell me what you think in the comments. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. I'm QB the Preacher. I'm out.